All right, your Pratt Pack, the motor just never stops running. Another busy day here at the plant that is KDKA 100.1 FM AM 1020. And in the Metropolitan Window video screen right now, live and in living color, one of my favorites, State Representative Josh Kail. If you'd like to see this interview stream live, go to kdkradio.com and click on KDK Watch. It's great to see you again, Josh. Listen, moments ago, the Wall Street Journal says that the president is considering easing up a bit on the tariffs for the automobile makers around the world. Look, it is all about the art of the deal. Before we talk about his first 100 days and tariffs and all the things that have affected Pennsylvania and what can happen in the future, listen, this guy, one of my topics tonight is going to be, what if all this actually works and he does make America great again? Go right ahead. Good evening.
Thank you, Rob, for having me again. I always appreciate being on the show. I just want to comment right out of the gates. One of the things that I really get a kick out of, especially with the national media and some national Democrat figures, it almost seems as though they think that elected officials ought to be like dogs chasing the squirrel, where they just keep barking, they keep making noise, but they never actually catch it. It's shocking to these individuals that someone is running for office, actually talks about issues, gets into office, and then, albeit actually tries to get these things done. That's exactly what President Trump is doing right now. He promised to secure the borders. He's done it. He's promised to implement tariffs to protect our industries and to grow the American economy. He is doing it. These are things that he campaigned on. He campaigned on DOGE and setting up a Department of Government Efficiency. These aren't a surprise to average Americans. These aren't a surprise to the electorate. And all the noise and chaos that's coming from the media is really disappointing, considering that the president campaigned on this and the American people voted for it, pretty overwhelmingly voted for it. So I'm pleased with the progress that the president has been making. And I think there's a lot more to get done here over the course of the next 4 years, even though the first 100 days has been extremely active.
All right, one more thing here real quick, and this developed just before I got on the air to where I had to completely punt as far as what my opening monologue would be. Spain and Portugal will go dark, energy grid. They lost all of their power, something I've been talking about. You've been talking about the energy grid in this country and why Western Pennsylvania natural gas is so important. You think people realize that we are on borrowed time when it comes to our energy grid in America?
I don't think they do. And I think it's because people around the nation and around the Commonwealth are focused on raising their families, on their job, on going to work. And they assume that, policymakers are actually out there trying to do good things. Far too often in the energy conversation, we've been just chasing fantasies. Spain advertised just last week that for the first time their grid's 100% renewables, and sure enough, there was blackouts, and there's going to be more of it. It just doesn't work. The technology's not there, and quite frankly, to be having these types of conversations, especially in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which we are going to be suffering the same fate here soon if we don't start getting serious about our energy policy. That's political malpractice. We have so many energy assets in Western Pennsylvania, across the entire Commonwealth. For us to be having conversations on blackouts is just flat out political malpractice, and it's something we are fighting every day to prevent.
First 100 days, what has the president that has been good done for Pennsylvania?
I think the first thing is securing the borders. I mean, that's important for the whole nation. It's important for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. But I think the most important thing for this region is the focus on energy dominance. The president campaigned on opening up our energy resources. That is a big deal for Pennsylvania. I'm hearing from operators in the region that they are planning on investing more and more in the Pennsylvania energy industry. And they're hoping that it actually leads to, this time, more manufacturing assets in the region and more development of things like data centers and artificial intelligence centers where they actually use all of this energy resources that we have. It's an exciting time to be in Western Pennsylvania. We're seeing activity as it relates to developments. Bruce Mansfield, there's been positive discussions there about potential massive investments. There's an announcement of a $10 billion investment in Indiana County at the Homer City facility. These things are happening because of the president's energy policy and because of Pennsylvania's natural resources. And we're just scratching the surface.
What Josh is talking about, something I broke on my show a few weeks ago, and that was that Homer City, when they basically dismantled the power plant, soon thereafter, AI data center powered by a natural gas plant, $10 billion investment, thousands of union building trade jobs there, and when it's all said and done, thousands of permanent jobs. And I said immediately after, boy, do I have a blueprint of a place in Beaver County, the old Bruce Mansfield coal-fired nuclear power plant. That is ripe for the picking. That would be a great place for the number 2 data center to go into Western Pennsylvania, would it not, Josh?
It would, and there's active conversations with very large entities that are seeking to build something like that. Potentially, there's nothing, in writing, and there's nothing directly in the works just yet. But I hope that facility will be filled soon by a similar type of project. Look, though, we got a problem in Pennsylvania. We have all of this natural resources. We have all of this opportunity. We have the workforce, but we have a Harrisburg that doesn't get it. We have a Department of Environmental Protection that takes 2 years when it ought to take 2 weeks to get a permit done, like it does in Ohio and West Virginia. There was a company that was coming here looking to invest in that facility, at the Bruce Mansfield facility, and it just took too long for them to get anything done. So they're looking somewhere else. But that facility is ideal for a project like that, and we are working very hard to ensure that a company that wants to employ Beaver Countyans and individuals from Western Pennsylvania, our building trades, they'll have what's needed to get through the red tape. So it's a work in progress. I feel as though we're going to get done with it.
All right, State Representative Josh Kail, one more thought, and that is, now that the 100 days is over, in the windshield looking forward, what do you see more good happening for Pennsylvania because of this administration?
I think we're going to really see the second phase of the energy boom that we saw over the course of the last 10 years. And that's the manufacturing and data center and artificial intelligence data center development. Pennsylvania has a real opportunity to be at the front of that, to become the keystone again in our nation's economy with these emerging technologies. We're on the cusp. There's a lot of activity, a lot of people talking about our location, our access to markets. It's an exciting time to be from the Commonwealth. I'm looking forward to those types of developments coming right here in Western Pennsylvania.
So when are you going to let me know you're going to run for governor on the Republican ticket?
If I do, maybe I'll do it on this show.
I hope so. Hey, listen, you're the best.
I would like that.
Keep up the good fight and give my best to that incredible family, okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Rob.
Have
a good night.
You too.